Hello, my name is Jordan Ray, and this is my Making Rain experiment for my Physics 101 class. So first, we're starting with a plain saucer full of water. As you can see here, we've already placed a cup of water in here. We have it going smoothly over a low flame. You can see this flame right here. And we'll be using this saucer as our little saucer for the ice later. So we're using and abusing the concepts of one, condensation, and thermodynamics. So within this experiment, we're heating up this water, slowly heating up this water so that it's warm, so that once we place a saucer with ice cubes on top of it, which would counteract or be on the opposite side of the balance scale as far as temperature is concerned, the ice will start to melt, obviously, and the the evaporated water that is caught on the bottom of the saucer will begin to collect as the ice, the cold ice on top of the saucer causes the water vapor to condense into small water droplets until they finally get heavy enough to fall right back into the this little saucer we got here, or the little pot that we have here. And this is basically a micro scale of what happens in the real world when we have just the water cycle or the rain cycle. In general, water gets heated up by the sun, turns into water vapor as it evaporates. Once it reaches the atmosphere, it cools, condenses into clouds, and falls down as rain once the clouds get heavy enough to produce rain. So this is just a micro scale of that. And now all we have to do is wait for the water to get warm enough for us to put the ice on it. So we'll see you in part two. As you can see, as we continue with part two, our water has finally started to evaporate. It's getting very warm here. So we're gonna place this saucer with the ice cubes on top of it, clear container. I'll now be pouring the liquid into the container. But first, let me turn this fire off so no one gets burned. No one being me, that's the one that matters here. So here we go. Water goes into the Tupperware containers, very warm water. And now if you allow me to move the camera, you can see the effects of this warm water interacting with these ice cubes right now. So I don't know if you can see that. You see looking here that the evaporated water, the water vapor, is building slowly inside of the container as we've, honestly, I wouldn't say vacuum sealed, but we've sealed to the best of our ability this container with this saucer. Some of the water vapor is seeping out, as you can see a little bit, so water vapor is seeping out there, but the majority of it is caught within the container. So now we all have to do, if you can look closely, let's bring you up so you can look at this. If you look closely, water is starting to condense around the edges of the Tupperware container. You can't see yet, but our ice cubes are starting to feel the heat. We have a little puddle of water appearing under our ice cubes right now. I want to see the progress. If we just lift it up and see what's happening, you can see that we got our little makeshift rain coming. I don't know if you saw that water drop come down, but there was a fat water drop that just came down once I released it. But let's put the saucer back on and let it go to work. So basically, this is the experiment. We're making artificial rain, as I said before. This is a micro example of what happens in the macro scale outside in the world. You see this happen all the time. You've seen it your entire life. Whenever rain happens, this is what's going on. Heat hits the water, water evaporates, condenses in the air once it hits the atmosphere, and falls back down once it's reached critical mass. And that's the experiment. Thank you very much for watching.